Welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets, where we dive into the stories everyone whispers about but few dare to unpack. I hope you're doing well today, because the topic we're tackling has sent shockwaves through Turkish showbiz and stirred emotions across fan communities worldwide. The whirlwind centers on two names that have come to define romance, charm, and chemistry for an entire generation of viewers, Barış Arduç and Elçin Sengu. And yes, as the title already hinted, the noise is about an alleged leak of private, intimate material involving this beloved pair. We will handle this with care, respect, and honesty, while also examining the reactions, implications, and unanswered questions that are turning this into the story everyone is talking about. Before we get into the heart of the matter, a quick reminder: your support keeps Turkish Spotlight Secrets alive. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss one of our deep dives. Your engagement means the world to us and allows us to continue bringing you thoughtful, balanced coverage of the topics that dominate the cultural conversation. Now, let's address the situation as it stands. In the past hours, online platforms have been overrun by chatter about supposedly leaked photos and videos said to show private moments between Barış Arduç and Elçin Sengu. For those just catching up or new to their story, Barış is one of the most admired leading men in Turkey, a performer known for intensity, restraint, and a quiet charisma that draws the camera in. Elçin is a powerhouse in her own right. Magnetic, intelligent, and adored for the way she shifts from playful to heartfelt with a single glance. Together, the two burned their way into the public imagination through their unforgettable pairing in Karalık Aşk, known internationally as Love for Rent, a romantic phenomenon whose glow lingers years later. Their on-screen magic felt so immediate and so real that audiences around the globe attached their hearts to them. And for many, the affection didn't remain limited to fiction. The idea of them as a couple, with all the gentleness, tension, and vulnerability that their characters once explored, has long fueled romance in the public mind. Which is why today's storm cuts so deeply. According to countless reposts, screenshots, and whispers, personal images tied to Barış and Elçin have surfaced where they were never meant to be. The moment this rumor gained traction, social networks erupted. Fan pages flooded timelines with protective messages. Timid curiosity mixed with anger, and in that swirl emerged a single voice repeated in 1,000 accents: respect their privacy. The hashtags bearing their names jumped rapidly, amplifying not only the speculation but also the fierce call for decency across fandom spaces. What we must stress, and stress again, is this: as of the moment we're recording this narration, neither Barış Arduç nor Elçin Sengu nor their representatives have confirmed the authenticity of any alleged leak. No official statement has declared these materials real or explained how they might have been obtained. Despite that, the pace at which the story has traveled, and the intensity of the reactions, have put a heavy weight on the situation. In the digital era, speed outruns verification, pixels become conclusions, and a rumor can cloak itself in the appearance of evidence before anyone has time to breathe. Many of you have already seen the spectrum of responses. There are fans declaring complete trust in the couple and urging everyone not to search for, click on, or share private content. There are others pleading for calm and reminding everyone that what circulates online is not always genuine and can be twisted, edited, or faked. And there are those having heartfelt conversations about consent, dignity, and the moral responsibility we all share in choosing what to amplify and what to stop cold. It's worth pausing to talk about that responsibility. To consume or spread private content taken or distributed without permission is, in itself, a violation, one that compounds the harm already done. Think of it this way: if something was never meant for public eyes, your view counts, your share amplifies. Each click can become another link in a chain that binds real people to shame, pain, and loss of control. This isn't about fame making someone immune or stronger. It's about humanity. Celebrities may belong to audiences in the work they produce, but their lives do not. The line matters. And when that line is crossed, the damage can be deep and enduring. We also have to acknowledge how this moment highlights a wider problem. Our phones are our journals, our cameras, our vaults, and sometimes, our vulnerabilities. There's no foolproof way to be private in a connected world, yet there are ways to be more careful. Strong passwords, two-factor authentication, backing up safely, guarding cloud access, small steps that, cumulatively, help. But even with all precautions, breaches still happen. That's the cruel reality. And it's why society, platforms, and legal frameworks must share responsibility. When it comes to Barış and Elçin, the stakes feel personal for so many people. Viewers saw them transform a simple rom-com premise into something intimate and enduring, and that feeling of closeness is precisely what makes this so painful. If any of this material is real, then an intimate circle has been invaded. If it's fabricated, then their reputations are being targeted by a sophisticated and malicious effort. Either way, the couple becomes the center of a storm they did not ask for. A possible course of action in such cases is to go silent while legal teams evaluate options. That silence often fuels speculation, but it can also be the wisest path while facts are verified and strategies are set. We've seen it before: statements drafted carefully, takedown notices filed, platforms pressured to act swiftly, discussions about digital consent reshaped in the wake of scandal. The emotional toll is often invisible but intense. Anxiety. Sleepless nights. That gnawing sense that the world is peering through a window you never opened. If you've followed Barış and Elçin over the years, you know their public personas are defined by poise. He is measured, even when stories swirl around him. She is candid when she chooses to be, yet fiercely protective of her boundaries. Together, their image balances warmth with maturity. In this moment, those qualities, composure, clarity, and mutual support, are likely to be their greatest assets. And they will need their fans to match that composure with empathy. The conversation unfolding online isn't just about what happened, it's about what we do next. Do we click and reward the platforms that profit from scandal? Do we posture and pretend that proximity to celebrity makes private material fair game? Or do we say no, and mean it, and prove that fan culture can be a shield rather than a weapon? Across timelines, many of you are already choosing the latter. Messages of love and patience. Quotes urging everyone to wait, to verify, to refuse to share. In the noise of outrage, those steady voices are the anchor. Another point worth exploring is how the industry responds. Publicists and managers have, in recent years, become more outspoken about the emotional health of artists. Privacy violations aren't just legal hazards, they are human crises. Productions can be affected, schedules altered, contracts reconsidered. The lens through which an actor is viewed can change overnight, not because of their work, but because of a story they never consented to. It's not fair, and it's not inevitable, but it is real. Which is why the response from audiences matters. When fans hold the line, refuse to engage with stolen content, and focus on the artistry that made them fall in love with these figures in the first place, the narrative shifts. And it's important, too, to speak frankly about misinformation. Many incidents like this begin with a collage of rumor, doctored images, and a few strategic claims. Patterns of doubt are then fed by anonymous accounts looking for clout. Headlines chase clicks before the truth arrives. By the time clarification appears, the damage, emotional and digital, is done. The antidote is slower, quieter, and sometimes less satisfying: waiting. Asking for sources. Refusing to rush to judgment. For those of you wondering if there are legal protections, yes, there are. Turkish law and international frameworks both treat non-consensual distribution of private images as a serious offense, and platforms are obligated in many jurisdictions to respond to valid takedown requests. But the law cannot always keep pace with virality. That's where community standards come in. Respect doesn't need a court order. Decency doesn't require a lawyer. It starts with us. In talking about Barış and Elçin specifically, we must also honor what brought them into our lives. The work. Think of their scenes together when a quiet glance spoke volumes, when mischief softened into tenderness, when pride collided with vulnerability. That alchemy is why fans around the world continue to celebrate them. The tragedy of a leak, real or fabricated, is that it tries to replace the art with something lesser. It attempts to cancel out years of craft and care with a few seconds of invasion. It's on all of us not to let that happen. So where do we go from here? We wait. We breathe. We sit with uncertainty. We trust that if and when they have something to say, they will say it in their own words, on their own terms. Until then, the kindest, strongest thing we can do is to respect their space. For now, remember that timelines are relentless but not omniscient. Not everything we see is the whole truth. Some posts are bait. Some narratives are engineered. And while the emotional shock is understandable, it shouldn't drive us to choices that add to the harm. If you love Barış and Elçin for who they are when the cameras roll, let that love shape what you do when rumors spread. The story will continue to evolve in the coming hours and days. Perhaps there will be clarifications, perhaps legal action, perhaps a heartfelt message. Whatever happens, we'll be here to bring you updates with fairness and care, keeping the focus on humanity first. To those already standing up and saying no to the circulation of private material, thank you. To those wrestling with curiosity, that's human. But choose compassion over impulse. It matters. As always, we invite you to share your thoughts, with kindness. Do you believe public figures should be held to a different standard when it comes to privacy, or should the boundaries be exactly the same as for anyone else? What responsibilities do we, as viewers and fans, bear in a moment like this? And how can we turn outrage into something constructive, like advocating for stronger digital protections and better platform policies? Tell us below. Keep it respectful, keep it real, and remember that behind the headlines are two people who have given countless hours of joy to millions. If you found this breakdown insightful, give it a like, pass it along to friends who might need a reminder about digital ethics, and if you're new here, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next update. This is Turkish Spotlight Secrets, signing off for now with one simple rule to guide the days ahead: hold the line, hold your empathy, and let kindness lead until the truth is clear.